Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of The Scared Gamer. My name is Shane, and of course, I'm The Scared Gamer as always. Today we're going to be taking on a game called Dead by Daylight. This is actually a really cool game. I've been playing it a lot lately. It's not especially scary, but it's a lot of fun. It's a little bit scary, but not really. Basically, this game is a 4 versus 1 match. Actually, I'll explain that in a second. Basically, what you do is you pick one of your characters here. Over here, we have our loadout. So we can pick whichever item we want to take with us. Burn an offering. Offerings just little things that give you little bonuses. For example, this one grants 50% bonus blood points in the survival category. Blood points are just basically points that you earn during the game in your gameplay, which is right up here. And you can use those to buy things in your blood web. What's a blood web, you ask? I'm going to show you now. Here is the blood web. So you can take your points and buy all the different items that will help you out throughout the game as a survivor. Anyway, so enough about that. Let's just go in and join the lobby. Like I said, this is a 4 versus 1 game. Basically, it's 4 survivors playing against 1 killer. You can choose to be a survivor or a killer. So what basically happens is the 4 survivors have to run around the map and start 5 generators. And once they get the 5 generators going, you can escape the map, and you win as a survivor. The killer's job, of course, is to kill the survivors and not let them escape the map. So hopefully we have a good round here and I can escape. And this beginning part here is just showing you all the different things that people have burnt for their offerings. By burning, I just mean using. It's kind of cool because you can see what other people are doing. One of the neat things about this game is there's actually no communication between the 4 survivors. You can't use a headset in this game, so basically the only 2 things you can do is either point or wave as a survivor. But after you play this a couple times, most guys know what they want the other guys to do just by what they're doing. So the headset's really irrelevant to the whole game. Makes it a little teeny bit harder, but so hopefully this doesn't take too long to load up. And of course it always gives you a little hint about how to play the game a little bit at the bottom. And it always throws you on a random map. Now there is little offerings you can burn that will help you get a better chance to go to a certain map, but that's not necessarily guaranteed. For example, we are at the Grim Pantry in the Blackwater Swamp, and I hate the Blackwater Swamp. Okay, so this big hooky thing that's right beside me, that's what the killer throws you on when they catch you. They literally take you like a piece of meat and just throw you up on there. Okay, now I don't know if you guys can make it out, but in the distance there, right in front of me, there's a little stick thing sticking out of the ground with 4 little things on it. Oh, and there's actually one up on this building here right in front of me too. That is a generator. Those are the things we need to start. So, I'm going to try and sneak around here somewhere and get to one of these generators. Now I don't really like this one that's right in front of me because it's out in the open. But actually, you know what? Okay, let's try this one. Let's try the one that's up here. This will give us a little bit of a better vantage point. Also, you can always tell when the killer's getting close to you because there's a little for most of the killers, there like such, a little heartbeat there. So I'm going to try and repair this. And as you go along to repair it, you'll get little skill checks like such, and if you miss it like I just did, it blows up and now the killer knows where I am. But that little red thing off in the distance there, that's actually another player. So he's already busy with another player, so I'm going to keep going on with this. And hopefully, there we go. Now, as long as you can get those little skill checks, you're good to go. Now, you can have, depending on how the generator's facing, you can have up to, that skill check too, up to 4 people working on the generator at the same time, which obviously makes it faster. And here comes the killer somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where he is, but I can hear, oh, he's right there. He just got somebody else. Alright, I'll continue to work on this. Now if... oh, crap. Missed. If the killer manages to hook somebody, you can go and rescue them off the hook. So there's a lot of helping each other out as you go along in this game too. For example, that guy just got hooked, as you can see by the little icon down the bottom left-hand corner there. And my toolbox has run out. Anytime you get like a toolbox or something like that, they only have a limited amount of life to them. And this generator is done. So now that turns to a number 4 down there in the left-hand corner, so everybody else knows that there's only 4 more that we need to do. And the killer is coming here somewhere. I'm going to try and just hide right here. Hopefully he doesn't see me. There goes another generator that somebody got. Great. Good job. Okay, now I need to get out of here, because I want to go and help Dude. Oh, somebody already got him off. Excellent. Alright, so we're going to kind of sneak off over here. Oops. It's, there's a lot of sneaking around in this game, trying to avoid the killer, trying to hide from him. Okay, he got somebody. Where did they get? Oh, he's right there. Okay. So he's kind of busy over there for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and start working on this generator a little bit. I can hear him. I cannot see him. Oh, he went down there. Alright, so that guy's actually in the... There's a little shack up there on the hill. Shoot. Okay, I'm gonna have to run. Run. Now the only problem with running is it leaves a trail behind you of little scratch marks that the killer can see. When I play this game as killer, you'll see. Where is he? Where is he? And I honestly don't even know who the killer is. There's a whole bunch of different people you can play as with the killer. You can play as Freddy Krueger, or a doctor, or Leatherface, or Michael Myers, or there's a whole bunch of different different killers, and each one has its own special ability. So when you're playing as the survivor like I am, it's actually kind of important to know who you're going up against. So you know how to deal with their little special abilities too. Oh, there he is right there. And I only saw his outline. I didn't quite get who it was. Oh, and there's another guy down here working on the generator. Excellent. So now with 2 of us working on it, this is going to go twice as fast, obviously. Game's all about teamwork. And that's going to go like such. And you see he kind of pointed there, which means he wanted me to come over here and help him with this one. Now every time you start up a generator, the killer, there's a big sound and visual notification for the killer, so he knows that you started that generator. So if you start the generator, or if you miss the skill check and blow it up, the killer knows where you are. And we're actually having a really good game here. This is the last generator that needs to get done, and then the door will be open. Yeah, if we can just get this done before. Damn it. Oh, it's the trapper. Okay. If you notice down at the bottom there's a little, beside the skull-looking thing, there's a little trap kind of icon. Oh, and there's the door right there. There's actually 2 doors on every level. Unless you're the last survivor, there's also an option of a thing called a hatch. It's basically a random door in the ground that opens up in a random spot, and it could be anywhere. So, as long as I can get this generator done, and actually this round is, oh, it's already, okay, great. So somebody else already got the 5th generator done, so I'm going to run over here, and I'm going to open this door. And this has actually been a pretty easy level. They're usually not quite this easy. Usually the killer gives me a much harder time than this. So it looks like, with the exception of the one guy that's died already, three of us should make it out. I think. Okay, so that door is now open. So now all we gotta do is just run out there and we're done. I probably could escape right now, but what I like to do is make sure that the other players in the game have also had a chance to get out. Because sometimes you just get hooked. Yeah, I see him. Okay, there's one other guy. Alright, I don't think I'm going to stick around for this. No, I'm going to leave. And there we go. I won that match. That was pretty easy. Usually it's way more difficult than that. I usually die more times than I escape. I'm not going to lie. And then of course at the end of the game you'll get your little your points and see how well you've done. And your progress. So as long as you can get to this little white pip right here, you will go up a level. And you start at level 20, and of course you go from 20 to 1 as you go up. Obviously I'm at level 18, so I'm not very good. Yeah, so every time you hit this little white pip here, you get an extra pip on your little, above your 18 here, and then it will go down to 17. And as you can see, and then you can go to the end here. And I lost that item because I used it all up in that game. Perfect. And then you can go to the end and see the end of everybody's score. Of course I finished 3rd, which isn't bad. Anytime you can get over like 10,000 is a good game. If you can get over 15 or even close to 20, awesome. Now the one thing I've never been able to do is get to this second pip right here. I've come close. I've come to about here before, but I've never gotten both pips. But that's okay. So anyway, that's Dead by Daylight. Go check it out. You can get it on Steam. I also think you can get it on Xbox, PlayStation maybe? I don't know. I'm playing it on PC, so what do I know? Anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next episode where I'm actually going to play as the killer, and it's going to be funny because I'm a terrible killer. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.